Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to another episode of The Brony Show. We are on episode 664. Yep, just a couple of episodes away from an interesting number. Well, two interesting numbers, really. But let's start off with this one. And I am your host here to bring you the Brony community for this week as I'm slowly strangling out. I am Circuit Main. But it's not just me. I'm joined by a wonderful group of panelists here to also bring you the Brony community and to talk about all fun things for this week. I am joined by Death Light Productions.
Hi.
DM21. DM. I guess we're not joined by him. We're joined by Tech.
Hey.
Joined by Toakoi.
Hi, all.
And we're also joined by the Otaku Ascended Suki-sama.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we're here to bring you the Brony community for this week. But before we get started, just a quick heads up and get your appetites salivated and excited. For today's show, we are going to be doing yet another pony game. This one was interesting as I found out about it during a horse themed sale fest or promotion Steam thing. I don't know how you would talk about I mean they like do different sales or like advertisements for different themes of games. This one they just had a horse one, and it had a lot of horse and pony games, and some of them were very obviously inspired by MLP or at least had art styles familiar to it. In this case, this was one that caught my eye. It was also just a couple of bucks. So we're going to check out Mare Fair. I'm sorry, Mare Dare. It's a mare game. Mare Dare. So we're going to be checking
I'm
that
sorry,
out.
I just have Gorilla's Dare playing in my head from it.
But before we
It's
check
not the worst song to have.
Fair enough. But before we check all of that, of course, we're going to do what we normally do. Warm up our vocal cords. Get ourselves all loosed up and ready to go. And what better way to do that than the big, heaping, helping double dose with a glass of Guinness as we approach St. Patrick's Day of Wub. So I'd like to ask all of you, as I ask every week at this time, what's up, Bronies?
I'm actually here. Work did not make me stay till 8. And I've had a pretty good thing. And mostly that thing's just enjoying time off. It was cold, though. So cold.
Yeah, I've been hearing about a lot of different storms and stuff happening out there.
Now, here's the fun thing. There was no storm. It was just cold here and a clear day, but it was only up to the 30s. It's weird.
Fair enough. I mean, that's good at least. Looks like Sonic celebrated a birthday. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. As for me, I finally cemented the arrangements I needed to start using my new car. So, yes, as of yesterday, really, but today also, I have started to drive my new 2021 Hyundai Sonata around and started to become more and more acclimated to it. So, yay! I finally got that going on. Another thing I've been popping in there, something kind of funny. I've been starting to do a little bit of digging in. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it now, and just in case. But I'm starting to dig into the old internet, if you will. You know, websites that were privately run, like fan sites, web rings, things like that. And it's honestly been utterly fascinating. Because some of those sites that I even remember when I was a teenager still exist to some extent. Some of them were revivals that aren't holding up too well anymore because like 90% of the links are broken or don't work. Some
Yeah.
are more are like newer sites, but they are starting to get revamped a bit, or they kind of have that old flair to them, like they were written in HTML code, like good old Notepad and HTML. But a lot of people have been starting, not a lot, well, a good number of people have been slowly starting to flock to what they're calling now the indie web, or essentially the Web 1.0 of old, with and starting to develop new web rings, or coming out with fan sites again, and it's honestly kind of interesting to look at, and I'm kind of eager and excited to start digging a little bit more into it, just because it feels adventurous. Like you're able to discover things that you may have not known about because you're not being. It feels more like you're actually exploring the World Wide Web rather than just having it shoved into you through algorithms and social media.
Mm.
Which I've actually been. It's been kind of an enjoyable experience, and it's kind of got me thinking about a lot of things nowadays, in the past, and now, and I mean, not to say that I haven't been too thrilled with how some things are going now, and like some of you already know, I've basically all but completely diminished my social media profilings. I don't have I have a Blue Sky, but I just post art there. I don't have a. I'm not even gonna call it Twitter anymore because it's dead. That the Twitter we loved is dead and gone. It's X, but I don't have that. Facebook I only have for a couple of groups, and even that I'm barely tolerating anymore. Never did Threads or Instagram or any other.
It was one of those sad promises of social media meant to bring us together, but made it easier to be divided.
Well, yes and no. It had some good moments, and then unfortunately they found out that well, basically the thing about the internet is if you're trying to make money off of the internet, it's kind of the same as making money off of most entertainment media. Attention. You need people's attention to pay for it. And I think the one thing that I heard before, it kind of holds true even nowadays. If you're not paying for something, you are the product.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which, yeah, it could be maybe it's just you're there just to get ad clicks so that they can get money from ads. You might be there so you can give them your information so they can sell it to other companies to try to sell you stuff. All of the above, maybe. But yeah, if you're getting something for free, you're not getting it for free, and you just have to really look to understand that or think about it for a bit. But any case, it's one of those things. The more you learn, the more you can start trying to do things differently about it, or maybe altering things altogether. Like, I've been trying to get back into reading. I'm gonna probably push more into doing that. I've been wanting to do actual drawing in a physical medium more than digital. As much as I love tablet drawing, there's something more about physical drawing, especially since it's a lot harder to copy you AI. Anyway,
I know you're having the AI.
And it actually was pretty fun because I ended up making a pie the other day for a pie day for my work. I actually did a Kool-Aid pie.
Fun.
Yeah, I did a Kool-Aid pie, which it kind of sucked though because they didn't have many flavors at my store. So I wanted to do a grape one because I figured a grape pie would be hilariously fun. But no, the best I could do was strawberry lemonade. But it turned out pretty good, and I actually have enough ingredients outside of a can of condensed milk to make another one.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of going off on the tangent there a little bit. So yeah, I'm exploring the internet of old, and it's kind of interesting and kind of makes me nostalgic and longing for a time like that. So who knows? Maybe I'll end up being going crazy and just end up like, the internet back in my day was the best, so I'm just gonna go back there. Just like those old people that end up in their basements with their old radio and playing the same episodes of Matlock over and over on VHS. I'm just gonna be like that on the internet.
So
That's good. I'm gonna do the furry web rigs and watch the people that do the arts with the freaking Photoshop 1.0 on Windows 3.5. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I was about to say, second, don't we already do that with some of the the viewings that we do for like old cartoons.
Not entirely, though. That is one thing. I'm talking about like taking it. Well, that's a whole other kettle of fish. I'm gonna leave that one alone, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things of I understand where you're coming from, but also we have to stop and look at ourselves and go, are we already doing that, but we haven't admitted it to ourselves?
Never.
Not
Never
really.
admit it.
Here's the thing. Would that change if we admitted it at this point, or would we just kind of go, "Okay, I'm doing this now. Here we go."
No, but I think it's more a healthy way to be like, yeah, but I like it.
Nah, I prefer to disassociate and delusion myself.
Welcome to the
I
club.
think my head chemistry is too much of a. I can accept this, but I also have to call myself out just because it's like, if I'm going to complain about it, I might as well admit if I'm in it. You know what I'm getting at there?
Nope. And you can go, but you go ahead and do your own thing. I'm going to enjoy my my slow descent into insanity.
I'm already there. It's fun.
But you're admitting things to yourself. You're only insane when you think everybody else is wrong.
Are you sure?
That is why I'm right.
See, there you go. Anyway, so yeah, internet of all, looking into the indie net, the indie internet. I'm exploring indie internet. I'm actually enjoying it. It's making me feel nostalgic and wanting to do older things again.
Voice salad sucks.
Anyway, anybody else have any other wubs that they want to throw out there now that I've bogarted for a bit?
Ugh. That wind all last week was no fun.
I was dealing with it.
Yeah, I was outside the whole time dealing with it. Did a lot of work in the basement too, so we've gotten to the point now where we're building the walls against the concrete side, and then we're gonna insulate it, and then we can buy more sheetrock and start putting it up. So that's fun.
All right. That reminds me, I do also got to. I want to paint around my house, but I'm not sure how I want to approach that. Fortunately, I have one of those cases where they fleck the walls, so I don't know.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't know.
You might have to
fleck the walls with freaking crapple. I don't know how.
You might have to get an actual painted decorator in there to remove that, so you can get like a.
That's gonna be hundreds of dollars. Damn it! I can't do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. But if you're just doing color, you could probably paint over it. But you know what I'm also saying with that.
If you want to do it for cheap, go to like Home Depot, Lowe's, like, you know, all the places that mix colors for people, and ask them for the mismatches.
Mm-hmm.
You can get something that you want. You can get something close to what you want for like half price.
Well, I mean, that's not exactly the problem. I could just paint over the splashes I have without a problem. My problem is that the walls are flecked.
Yeah.
Textured. The walls are textured.
Yeah, I know. I do texturing all the time for walls and stuff, and
okay.
Roll, brush, it's fine.
Oh, well, okay then. See, there we go. Simple and easy.
Because what you do is you do all the seams and stuff, you fleck it, and the flecking is there especially like for your roofs, well, for your ceilings, for dispersing light from your ceiling lights and stuff like that, at least with older lights. But yeah. And then you can just paint right over it, and because it's just flecking. So I could have been in construction. I know all this stuff. I was in construction for a bit, but then I hurt my back.
So honestly, I'm feeling the whole back pain thing myself right now. I'm just I almost feel like I wish I could just get one good press somewhere. Just hear a pop, and then then just everything feel better. I would so wish for that.
It's never like that. I wish it was.
It never is, but damn it if I don't wish for that right now.
Yeah. They've been going to the chiropractor.
Hello, Xenostars. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is Circuit talking?
What? Okay, you know what?
Yeah,
somebody,
well, okay.
somebody tell him
I
that.
think my Discord disconnected him from me.
Okay. Are you able
Okay,
to hear
Discord's
me?
being weird.
DM, can you hear me? Can somebody tell DM that I am talking? He cannot hear me. He might need to restart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might need to restart your thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Anybody else have any other webs? I think we just lost our minds there.
Do we even have minds to begin with?
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't have lost them if we didn't have them to begin with.
I found my marbles. I found my marbles.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I'd say that's a good
Yeah,
clue to
that's
go
it.
ahead and get started with talking ponies here. Now, first off, we're of course going to bring up conventions. Now, the previous week, Brony Crusade just happened. That was, looks like it was a fun time. I wasn't able to attend to it because I had a lot going on. And I'm not going to lie, my world last weekend, it looked like everybody decided to do something.
I get that.
No, I mean, the Bronies had a convention going on. The Furries apparently had a big rave going on in VR chat. There was a nostalgia convention, a giant nostalgia convention I couldn't go to because I couldn't afford it, and I only found out about it a few weeks ago in the heart of my city. I missed out on that. That would have been so cool, kind of cool to attend. But yeah, there's conventions left, right, and center, and it's just like, why did it all have to happen that very weekend?
Well, as someone who was at the Brony Crusade, it was quite fun, and there were people who had never performed before hopping up on stage. It was a lot of just hang out in Ponytown, let the music play. There were some games and some events going on in the Discord, but beyond that, it was just a very hang out, chill, and just, vibe.
Speaking of which, it does look, they had something interesting going on. I might have to see if we can set up our own private session of it at some point for this month. But apparently they had an Unreal Tournament 2004 going on.
Oh, yeah, they had Equestria Guild models.
That's the thing. Yeah, they had full-on mods for this that ponied it up. And I would so like to see if we could pull off something like that.
I could ask and be like, hey.
Well, I mean, the mod enough should be installable. It's just trying to get a server together and how exactly that would be accomplished that we would need to figure out.
True.
Yeah. But that's my own research, my own time thing. It's just something that got thrown out there that I'm just like, ooh. So, yeah.
Again, it was a fun time. And I am sad that some people were like, well, I didn't go because I wouldn't understand. And I'm just over here banging my head to my desk. Does not matter if you don't know the language. You are there to just have a good time.
Well, I get where they're coming from, though. If they're not there for the music and they're there for other things, they might feel a little bit ostracized because they didn't know that there may be English things going on as well.
Yeah, but it was always dual language of English and Spanish from the host.
Yes, I'm not arguing that. But they did post in Spanish first, so it might have confused people, especially when you have people with small attention spans. The moment they see even a line of Spanish right at the top, they check out.
Fair enough.
It's a difficult process, but I mean, it was their first attempt. It looks like it went off rather well regardless. And
I think Pink and Ponytown was over 400 people.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So there's every opportunity that more word will get out, and if they decide to do it again next year, more people can show up and a better understanding can be had.
Yep.
So now that we got that out of the way, next thing that's coming up, the Festival of Friendship over in Southampton, UK is going to be happening. This, of course, is a longer running convention that's been going on for quite some time. And, it looks like the ticket sales already ended. So, hopefully, yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, if you haven't bought your tickets out, you're done. If you haven't bought your tickets, you're done. They do not sell at the door. It even says, do not sell at the door. So, yeah, hopefully, if you are going, you already have your ticket, and I hope you have a great time there. It looks like it's a lot of fun. It looks like this one is based off of musicals. And again, that's in Southampton, UK. The other convention that is going to be coming up in a few weeks is, of course, the Bug Brains Friendship Festival, which this one, again, it caught me way off guard. It's really interesting. A 4-hour micro convention. Literally just 4 hours. They have vendors. They'll have maybe a few small events. Fun little thing. And that is literally it. You're just there for a few hours for a good time, and then you're done. Oh, wow. It's actually next to a plasma donation center, so you can go over there real fast, just get your blood sucked, and then you can have some funds to go ahead and spend over there.
Yay, free money for blood work, for preventions.
Yep.
Yay!
Perfect.
Support.
Perfect way to do it. But yeah, it's an awesome little thing there. So if you are in the Tampa, Florida area, I do hope you have a chance to check it out and enjoy it. A few weeks after that, we have Ponyberg Noir, which is in St. Petersburg, Russia. Of course, this being a Russian convention, I can't talk too much about it because I don't know too much about it. Other than the fact that it's in St. Petersburg, but it looks like it has been going on for 10 years. And the fact that I've never known about that till now is kind of surprising. But it looks like it's a lot of fun. It looks like they all have a great time over there. I hope that our Brony friends over in Russia have another great convention. If you are going, I wish you the best of luck as well. And I hope it ends up being a great time too. But that is still amazing to see conventions all over the world still happening. And
I know, right?
Yep, and to wrap it all up, the next U.S. convention that unfortunately I'm probably not going to be able to attend. I say probably because I'm always going to hold out hope until there's no possibility. NACON, which is happening at the Lord Baltimore Hotel in Baltimore, Maryland. This is a first-year convention that is going back to Baltimore. And it looks like they have a lot of events and fun things going on. They've been talking about aquarium visits, zoo visits. Oh, here we go. They actually have them. They actually have things up now. A pirate ship cruise, an aquarium day trip, and of course they have parties, cosplay contests, film festival, fandom film festivals. Interesting. Oh, just like fandom films being played, galleries, plush trains, donut decorating. You know, I'm gonna assume good, positive things on the donut decorating. I'm just gonna.
Well, I'm assuming the donut.
Donuts. They're just donuts.
No, I was going like Ace of Cakes is set in Baltimore, right?
Well, I don't know, but probably maybe.
Sorry, I'm recalling old Food Network shows.
No, it just looks like a donut decorating, and yeah, they're even giving a prize for the best decorated. So yeah, it looks like a lot of silly fun altogether, and definitely what a fandom convention. I wish him the best. And of course, that same weekend, we also have Griffish Isles. That'll be in Manchester, UK. Another great pony convention going on. This one, of course, is a little bit more future-oriented in its theming. And it has been around for quite a while. So if you are in the United Kingdom and you're not able to go to the musical one that's about to happen this weekend, well, you got the Griffish Isles, which is still also very sweet. And probably a lot easier to get to than us trying to get to any of the conventions here in the U.S.
I mean, whenever the size of England is about Texas and Oklahoma put together, I would say yeah.
And they probably have a much better rail system or mass transit system and everything else than we do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to assume anything. I honestly don't know. But here's what I do know.
On the other side.
Here's what I do know. Why am I clicking on that? I have the tabs for this for a reason.
Am I coming through?
Yes.
Yes, we're hearing you.
I can hear you clear. So,
can you hear me now?
Hold on.
I could hear you guys. I just want to make sure if you could hear me.
I can hear you.
Yep.
There we go. Well, speaking of conventions, since we're still on the convention news, let's go ahead and throw this one out. Sunshine PonyCon! This one's actually been interesting because essentially this was an offshoot. After the, I think it's a Sequestria Fest. that was in Maryland had a fallout from employees, and they literally said, "Fine, we'll do it ourselves," and they did.
The standard blackjack and hook is here.
Well, in this case, they are doing it in Atlantic City. So, yeah. In all honesty, I don't think there is the Tube, the London Underground. Is there a London Underground? I mean,
yes, there's a London Underground.
Maybe, but I think that's just for London. I don't know if that goes all the way into the outskirts.
No, it
of Manchester.
connects to outward. It just London is the hub.
Fair enough. Anyway, so yeah, Sunshine PonyCon will be happening in Atlantic City in July. They have confirmed the venue. You can go ahead and you can get registered for it now. You can get the venue all set up, all sorts of fun stuff, but it's really awesome that they were able to finally get everything all set up and good to go, and now you just have to start getting the people out there. Actually, it looks really nice too. You know what? Let's zoom this out a bit. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. Oh, you are right next to the ocean. That is going to be such a view.
So what you tell me is there will be cake by the ocean.
You could have cake by the ocean if you really wanted. I mean, look at that. Wow, you are not far. You literally could walk to the ocean and have cake there. Oh, look, you can even have original Philly steaks.
Yay!
But that is so sweet. That is so awesome.
So, second, after the show, would you ever have thought that so many new conventions would be popping up this late in the game?
Honestly, I didn't know what to think, but the fact that we are still getting conventions popping up is really awesome. The thing is, it's not the conventions popping up that has me excited, it's the hope that a lot of people show up. Because you can have all the conventions in the world pop up, but if not enough people show up, it doesn't mean anything. So, I hope a lot of Brony show up to these conventions and really give them a lot of love. That is going to be what really drives these conventions to keep going, and we can really see a good... the fandom continue to be at least healthier. Alright, so next in that regard, let's go ahead and speaking of healthy fandom, let's talk about all of the awesome stuff that you can find in the fandom right now. The top 10 Brony music of February has been released. Once again, this is the awesome mix. This is voted on music that you can check out. Oh wow, they actually got a 10 years ago song in here. That's awesome. But yes, the top 10 Brony songs for this month, for February, last month, have been voted on by by people, and these are the ones. It's always a nice little mix of familiar artists, new artists, and different music styles. And as always, it's a great way to find out about music you might have missed. Maybe you find out about artists you didn't know about, and just to enjoy some of the great music that has come out this last month. Sorry, technically it is last month, so it is a little older, but it doesn't mean it's not any cooler. So I do always absolutely say check this out, give it a listen, see if there's any music you might like. I mean, heck, get Equestrian Idiot by Green Hay. How could you say no to that? Because you don't want to be an equestrian idiot. Next. Now, really quick here, I'm just going to throw this out here. But for those of you who love radio plays, a new one has been starting to pop up that has a good long length to it. Amore Cristallo has released their second episode. I have no idea what this really is about, but it does look like it involves Cadence and I think Shining Armor. Yep. And, go ahead and give it a listen if you like radio dramas. It looks like this is going to be going on for quite a while, and it's got a good long length to it. Let's bring this up here real fast. I don't know if it's just going to be complete audio or if they have some images to go along with it. No, yeah, it does look like they do have images to kind of convey the story a little bit more.
Well, remember, while yes, radio plays are known just for being on the radio, they did have audience sit in to watch the actors actually act.
Well,
It might not be in like costume.
Sometimes I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say for definite one way or another, but it's just you still have a visual element if you need a little bit more than just audio, but I think it's still worth a look at.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, letting you know about that. Next in the news, here's a fun one. So this suddenly popped up over at Amazon UK, and people started losing their minds.
Are we surprised? No. Are we happy and excited? Yes.
Well, I'm not sure about happy. I'm not sure about excited either. Definitely intrigued would be the word. But yes, there was some speculation that this might be the design of G6. That this might be the hint of G6 that we've been looking for. However,
Plan on easing us into it through the G4 caricatures.
However, at the moment, I think it is still kind of up in the air, but I believe that the artist that created this did come out and say that Hasbro did commission him some time ago for this, and it was just kind of sitting and waiting in the wings, so it might have just been a long overdue change that they just decided to throw in there for a little bit of an alteration, but maybe it does have something to do with G6 as well. I'm not going to immediately poo-poo it, as it were.
Also, I think they needed to switch Angel and the other bird just because
Angel is there to start beating up Rainbow Dash with a mirror if she ever tries to dress in style.
A bird was brushing Fluttershy's hair, and the bunny was showing how awesome Rainbow was.
You could also say that maybe Fluttershy looks so awesome that Angel needs to get some distance in order to really reflect it properly.
I know, but I just miss having Tank be next to Rainbow, because Twilight has Aloysius.
Fair enough. But actually, it is more funny that we just have a random bird. We have
I was about to say, like, who's that bird?
Actually, who is that bird? You know what? There's the mystery. We got Owlicious, we got Angel Bunny. Who's the bird? Who is this? Who is this? Who are you?
The censors wouldn't like it.
Hold on.
Dun 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 dun.
It's Hasbro saying, give us the bird.
Dun. Okay, I can't make that any zoomed in. Dun.
You can't just keep going pixel.
Yeah, just keep going. Dun dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun,
Who are you, bird? Okay, let's get back.
Who do you work for?
Anyway, fun. It's still a fun little art style. Glad to see that they're at least doing something to keep the Amazon
What is the
updated.
word? Give me the word.
If the new protagonist of G6, the bird is the new protagonist of G6. The ponies are just there.
Figured it out.
We got to figure it out. White Phoenix figured it out. Okay, everybody, we're done here.
All right, back it all.
We're gonna go to Mermico now. We're all gonna go to Mermico. So who's got their mermaid pony persona set up?
I can just go with a fishtail.
Anyway, let's go ahead and move on here. You know what? I think we're a bad influence. So let's go ahead and talk about Tamers. So, yep, same as always, it's Tamers. Same as always, grab it before it's gone. Hopefully it doesn't go gone, but we also know what happens. It happens.
Same as it ever was?
Tamers as it ever was. But yes, this is the MLP movie Bad Influence. Of course, we immediately see somebody sitting with a knife in their bed, and yeah, it's pretty much everything you expect it to be.
At some point, I'm wanting to just have one of these things and just have Bad Reputation play for no gosh dang reason.
One of these days, it's probably going to have to be an entire weekend at this rate. I'm just going to have to sit down and actually watch all of these. Because I have a rough idea of how they work, but I'm still infinitely curious.
I remember seeing some at like a room party at Everfree the past year.
Oh no, they're definitely at some of the room parties. Me and CMC saw them being played at the, definitely at the, I think it was it NACON or Mayor Fair party room?
I could definitely see it be at Mayfair because it feels like
I think. Well, yeah, but I think it was the NACOM party room. They were just trying to start the promotion of that.
You want to see your brain on drugs?
But again, I could see it for those types of places as well, just because of the humor that they, curate.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they'll still be around, but at the same time, you ever tried watching one of those things in a party room? It does not work. It doesn't. You're not there to watch an entire thing of MLP movie. You're there to talk to people, and listen to the music. And get drunk. It's not a good place for that. But you know what? I know what is a good place, and I'm not gonna lie. This caught me so off guard. I had no words for a while. So Symbiote has apparently been very busy, and they are going to get my wallet soon enough.
Not your wallet.
First off, they introduced Izzy Moonbow. So it looks like we're even going to get G5 plushies starting to come in here.
Yay!
That has me excited. Now, the thing is that it wasn't the fact that they got G5 plushies. No, they went to areas I never saw coming. Because they also introduced Cozy Glow.
Not the demon child!
You mean the small racist child?
Yes, the demon child.
She goes straight up and down.
Small manipulative child.
But not only did they introduce Cozy Glow, they also introduced Philly Celestia. They also introduced Human Sunset Shimmer, and Philly Luna, and Human Twilight Sparkle.
Okay, that is the pony version of her, not the Equestria Girls version of her.
Yeah.
And I have to say that because there are two different Twilights.
But yeah,
no, she just took off her glasses.
But yeah, no, it looks like they are. It looks like Symbiote is doing everything we were begging Hasbro to do, and they never did. But yeah, we got the main
happy
6.
With my Deppy.
So let's get into this. We got the main 6 plushies.
It's like,
hold on.
It's like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Pretty much, but here, let's get into this. We got the main 6 plushies. We got the princesses. We got Derpy. We got Starlight. We got background ponies. A lot of background ponies. We got the CMC. We got Trixie. We got a deluxe version of Sunset with a leather jacket. We have the Husbando for some reason. We have an Angel Bunny. We have a Discord. We also have singing versions of these ponies. And now we have Equestria Girls plushies. We have a villain plushie. We have a G5 plushie. And we also have alternative fillies of princess plushies. We are getting so much plushie out of Symbiote right now. It is mind-boggling, and I absolutely love it.
You might want to amend that. We have the first non-redeemed villain.
You know what? At this point, if I keep saying villain, it means that they've never been redeemed, or we don't want them to be redeemed. Sunset Shimmer is not a villain anymore. Trixie is not a villain. Discord is not a villain. They're assholes, but they're not.
Exactly.
Starlight.
Try telling the Starlight Glimmer fan club that she's a villain. They will beat the crap out of you at this point.
Just misunderstood. No, she created a whole cult.
At this point, you might as well call Angel Bunny a villain if you're going to go with, oh, well, technically, no.
Well, he is a villain. He's never been redeemed either. He's still an asshole.
He's still an asshole. That's what
He's
I'm
the villain
talking about.
of his own story.
But yeah. He did swap places with Fluttershy and did make her seem very, very unlikable.
Let's just get out. Let's just move out beyond that one, because that one, we could dissect it forever. But I love the plushies. I always recommend people check them out, especially if you want to get some awesome plushies like the Trixie Lulumoon with her hat and cape, or just a leather jacket on Sunny here. That is on Sunset here. That is wild.
Okay.
And the fact that we even got Izzy Moonbow has me excited to see if they get the other G5s as well.
I'd love to see Misty next.
Yeah, we need Hitch. God, the
Hitch
guy's
would be
got a house and
amazing.
everything.
Hitch would be
We
amazing.
need to have a little Sparky with Hitch.
But I definitely got to get this Izzy Moonbow. No, there's no question about it. Just even an official Izzy plush that isn't horrible. How could I say no?
How could anyone? Unless they have animals that could rip them apart.
All right, moving on. So, next in the surprise toy category, Burger King is apparently doing pony toys. We think. You know what? I'm going to try looking up right now.
You're doing something. We don't know what.
Well, they are apparently doing Hasbro toys. The thing is that this was from a promotion that is happening over in Singapore, but it's supposed to be worldwide. But I tried looking into this, and you literally cannot get a straight answer, or it feels like you can't seem to get a straight answer.
Okay, what about a rainbow answer then?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, see, here we go. I found a wiki that talks about the toys that they've released since 1977. And they got 2026. Here's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to February. March, April. It says Hasbro. But there's nothing there, so it's like, somebody just give me an answer. Is it there? Is it not? Should I start trying to get some cheap plastic toys with a horrible hamburger?
I think you might just have to wait until they officially announce it in the States.
That's what I'm thinking, but
answer.
I don't know where they're going to officially announce it, and I can't find anything out from them. I find plenty of articles from all the other things, but they're all talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that came out in January. So I'm just like, nobody is giving me a straight answer, and I'm getting so upset.
Okay, so from what I work with, we currently have Crocs, but previously we had the changeables that went from the 27th of January to about March 9th.
That's great. Are you Burger King?
I could go check the Burger King next to me.
You know what? Have fun with that.
But it's normally, for toys like this, it's roughly a month to, at the very least, 28 days.
Well, yes, but they're not telling us dates. They're not telling us times. They're not telling us anything. You can tell me it is exactly one year that they do this. They're like, great. When? Give me a date. Give me something to pinpoint. When you're ambiguous, it will happen. It's just like, no. Do you know how many it will happens I've had since I've been 8? So many. I'm still waiting for the giant earthquake that's going to kill us all. I am so tired. Just give me a date. Please. Anyway.
You hear that? He's open.
So yeah, Burger King Jr., we got toys coming up, and ponies should be happening. Apparently, I was so annoyed by this, I opened up the tab twice. So finally, last little bit. now that I've completely lost my marbles. Who saw that one coming? If somebody has the Brony Show bingo card, you already mark Circuit's lost his marbles again. Top 10 pony videos of February has also been released. This is also a great way to find out about videos that may not show up on your normal routine. Because some of these don't show up on my routine anymore, on my normal one. So I have to have new routines.
Welcome back.
But I'm still working on that. So yeah, little shy if I am, doing the amazing work, letting people get their votes in and find out about these awesome videos. Find about some really fun ones that have popped up, ones you may have not known about. I think a lot of these were from a lot of the more known ones, including this one with the cruise. The cruise. Yes. But yeah, still cool to check out. So yeah, check it out. It's fun stuff. Anyway, and with that and the complete loss of my sanity, I'm going to go ahead and grab a drink. And we are also running a little bit late, which is I kind of planned that a little bit. So unfortunately, we do not have an artist to recommend checking out or a fan fiction at this point. But I do recommend go to Derpy Buru, look up your favorite pony, see if you can find a good artist that you might like. Because, there's always new artists coming in. They'll post up in places like that, and that is a great way to find out. Just make sure you have your filters on, because sometimes you can get some really weird stuff popping up, and you do not want that. Especially if you're on live stream, because that would be really bad.
Oh.
We would get banned off of Twitch for that.
We will get banned off of everything, and I'll be put on a list. I'm already on several lists. I don't need another one. But still, you can find some cool stuff. I mean, look at that. Look at this right here. That's apparently from Uncle Chai. That is some awesome artwork right there. I love that.
Hello, High Horse.
Hello, cutie.
So, with that, and a big guzzle of water.
Oh, so that was you. Got it.
Well, you got to drink water, and I got to keep myself hydrated because
I know you're talking a lot.
among that. But now it's time to talk about creation, artistic expression, making things and promoting them out to the people. And of course, we do as we do every week with our challenge of the week, brought to you by you guys who give us amazing prompts. We put them in a wheel, we spin it. Sometimes it shows us mercy. Sometimes it points to the one thing that I really wish it wouldn't, that caused me to pull out my hair a little bit.
Still not sorry.
In this case, we had a nice, simple, fun one of spit take. But of course, every time we do this, we also have a protest. A challenge to either incorporate, try something different if the initial wheel is not to your liking, or maybe just for the fun of it. And that's initiated by our pre-show host, Coldust. So it's the pre-show protest initiative challenge.
Oh.
Or it could be called a million different things. But in this case, we're calling it the pre-show protest initiative challenge of the pre-show. The Coldust pre-show show host.
Are you
Hello.
okay, second? You needing to breathe?
I'm fine. If you suddenly hear a thud on a desk and no more other sounds, then maybe there's a problem. But I'm good. So,
All right.
Coldust,
Hi.
how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you this evening?
I'm good. Do you know what our protest challenge for this week was?
You bet.
What was it?
It was fantastic.
Fantastic. Well, it was definitely fantastic. It definitely got me thinking, and I had a lot of fun ideas with it.
Would you say that your ideas had layers?
They were definitely multi-layered. Definitely gave me gave me time to slice through, dice apart my thoughts, and definitely grill myself a little bit in what I can do.
Sounds very aromatic.
Arrow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's onion.
Yeah. It is onion.
Did you shed a tear for it?
Onion.
No, but luckily I had my contacts back in. But I'm not gonna lie. I had the worst allergy attack last weekend. Oh, my eye was hurting. I had to take.
Oh yeah, that'll happen when you chop onions.
No,
Yeah.
this wasn't even the onions. This was just pollen or something. Something went weird with my contacts, and oh my god, the pain was amazing. I had to deal with it all throughout work that day, and then when I took the contacts out, it was fire. I'm fine now. I'm fine, but it wasn't fun. Anyway, so we had onion. Yes, that's spit take. I also, while I was quickly drawing, I decided to try something, and I think I stumbled across a way to do art that I was kind of trying to figure out, but I might need to refine it a little bit. And I realized nobody is seeing. Well, nobody is technically seeing this. That isn't. So
No, it was fine. We can watch the stream, give you more viewership.
There's always that, but it makes it a little difficult to give good commentary to it.
Just mix a candy onion in your candy apples.
Delicious.
Instead of a candy apple, you got candy onions. Because onions have layers like cake. And cakes are good, right? So an onion should be good too, right?
Second,
Yeah.
that is not how you
Everyone's
caramelize an onion.
You know what? I hate to admit that, but 5 points to toe that actually. Damn it! That was clever in a way I would never have thought I would ever hear him be, and I hate that it was. But it works. Congratulations, Toa. It will never happen again.
You said that the last time it happened.
Have I ever tried baking an onion before? No, but I do use onions a lot. I do use quite a few onions in my cooking. I do try to dice up onions. I actually had onions in a steak sandwich I had earlier for dinner. I also use it for breakfast hash or other things, and I have frozen diced onion in my freezer. So I do use onion. I've just never tried actually baking it, but I have cooked with it, and I do appreciate the taste of onion in things. I still don't think I could eat one raw. Plus, if you're expecting something sweet like an apple and you take a bite of a candied onion, you're going to have that expression.
Yeah.
Unless it's a sweet onion. It's an unnaturally sweet onions.
I don't think they're that sweet.
Did you know years ago there was a school district, there was a city making people eat raw onions if they didn't want a speeding through a school zone ticket?
Huh.
You know what? I'll get 5 points to Gryffindor on that one.
See,
I
that would
love
not
the
deter
eye
me at
work
all,
and the
because-
mouth work you did here.
The mouth work was completely intentional. The eye work, that was a slight mistake that I just ran with.
Yeah.
The initial
It just adds to the, oh my god, what did I do?
Yeah, it didn't go quite right. Well, no, what happened was when I was retooling the eye and line work, I realized that I was having a difficult time making him look quite right, and then I realized, wait, I should make one smaller. So the iris right here, that was actually the initial pupil of the original eye that was going to be there. So I just kept the size there and then made a smaller circle. I made a smaller circle, and yeah, it gives the right expression.
That's great. I like it.
Yeah, one little bit of detail. He's actually holding a stick of candy apple. That's why the candy onion. That's why it's being held up like that. It's actually on a stick. It's just really hard to tell.
Nice.
So yes,
I like it.
Onion on the stick.
Onion on a stick.
Onion on the stick.
But yeah, we didn't have. Let's see. We
Alright,
didn't
I'll
have.
kick you the stick.
Unfortunately, we didn't have any other art come in. But well, no for the challenge, any other art, music, things like that. But we did have other art pieces. We of course got this friendly little creature of Holiday
cool.
from Brainstorm. Apparently, a friend of hers drew it up for warm up.
Yeah,
Which I
art style is very familiar. I know they hang around a beardy server. I just can't remember who they are at the moment.
Look, I know that this is a tried and true dead joke, but this is the kind of thing where it drives me a little bit crazy because I'm like, okay, it's time to do a warm up, and I do a bunch of like little circles and lines and stuff just to try to get perspectives down and do a quick body thing that looks weird, but it helps me to get the proportions and things down. Somebody's like, okay, time to do a warm up doodle, and then they draw this. It's like, I wish I'm trying to draw like that for real, and you're doodling that for fun. It's like,
You would hate just
remember a
hanging around,
second,
like,
the
beardy
thief of
server
joy is
because-
comparison.
I know. I'm trying not to take it as seriously, but it's still just one of those things you see warm up doodle and boom, it's just like ah.
Okay.
If that's your doodling, what the hell are you doing when you're actually putting in effort?
You know, Magic the Gathering cards,
Yeah.
like with their lands and stuff, like the pretty environments.
Yeah.
That's what Beardy does for his warm up doodles.
Oh my god.
He just splatters of paint everywhere. He's like, "What is that?" No, we're gonna figure it out. And then like 5 minutes later, it's like, "Oh, it's a whole environment." Okay, cool.
Still, I mean, absolute congrats. It takes a lot of work to get that good, and that does take some praise. It's just, it drives me mental because it's like, why are you? Don't call that a doodle. Don't you?
That is a doodle.
Like less than 30 minutes.
I know. I want to be able to do stuff like that in less than 30 minutes, and I know it's going to take time and effort and work. And the fact is, I wasn't able to do this several years ago. I haven't been improving. I know I've been improving. It still stings when you're like, doodle! Here's a 15-minute doodle. It's like, ah!
Everyone is different, Circuit. You just started at a later date.
I know. Look, I'm doing a joke self-depreciation, but I'm not taking any of it seriously. So please, don't think I'm beating myself up over this. Besides, I know I'm improving, because also I did this.
Aww.
So this was the Newbie Artist Training Ground Alumni Weekly Prompt. This case, the prompt was draw a pony preparing for spring. So I grabbed one of the 3 flower neurotics. Just had her gently sprinkling water onto garden vegetables and stuff. And I was trying to make it a peaceful look, but I did not get those eyes right. I just did not get them right. But yeah, no, I got the line work mostly done and everything by the end of the week. I just did not have time to color or really define things. In fact, now that I think about it, I would have gone back here and at least made some good lashes or something. That probably would have helped a bit, but...
Yeah.
Hindsight.
Oh, it always makes you upset.
Yeah. But I mean, the body proportion is definitely a little bit better. I still had some problems with the back leg there. But I mean, the front leg feels a lot better. The both front legs, the front hind leg there. There's a lot of things I know I'm still working on, but I could see that the improvements are showing up, and my eye is getting better, and that is good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see. I'm going to do another quick check here in case somebody decided to throw something while I was in the middle of ranting.
No, I'm going in with a complex shape as a one-off thing to do 2-in-1.
All right, okay. So while we I'll get the wheel ready, here's what's mentioned. One of the warm-ups that Beardy does.
Yeah, this also takes like less than 30 minutes to do.
You know what? The way you mentioned this, I kind of want to see how he does this, because you mentioned that he paintwork and then he lines it.
Yeah, like that's what he does for like his warm-ups, because his a lot of his art is all about like color perspective. And like it's kind of reversed when he does like sketches, like the weekend sketches, because he does the line art, then he does the color. But yeah.
Oh, also at times I haven't seen the actual drawing, but does he just splatter color onto a page and then work from it from there?
Yeah, pretty much. I actually have a couple of friends that do that.
That's kind of what has me curious. I would like to see something like that. Actually, I would like to see anybody actually making things. I gotta find a lot more art tutorials or just art videos of people making this stuff, and just kind of see how their techniques go and how they work. I have been picking up things a little bit here and there, but actually seeing how people approach the process might give me some ideas of how to do it myself.
Okay, well, this one is slightly different than like the ones I was talking about though with the magic cards.
Right, yeah.
Because he actually did give like a rough line out, and then he did colors afterwards. He actually did post a video.
Ooh. Anyway.
There we go.
Well, let's go ahead and get into this. And here we have the wheel. This is not the wheel of morality. This is the wheel of art creation. Of course, this
Wheel
is...
of Torment 10, 10, 10. Show us the art that we must do.
Okay, I realized I probably should have had the chat room up to grab things immediately because people are already starting to post. Because the moment they see the wheel, we've immediately started teaching them. Just a quick question. CMC, Mercy, Mercy, is that the prompt?
Yes.
Thank you. Just had to check. So, really quickly, while I get these in. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar, this is our weekly art prompt. We bring this wheel up. We allow everybody to get in a prompt. Everybody gets a chance to put in whatever prompt they want. The only thing is that they only get one. The moment you get a prompt on there, it is too late. You cannot change it. You cannot alter it. You cannot remove it. It is there and is there forever. After we get enough prompts, we think enough time has passed, we randomize, and then we spin the wheel, and that wheel will point to the prompt that will be the official Brony Show prompt for the week. Now, along with that, we use that prompt to request that if anybody wants to create something but needs help or an inspiration, use it. Because this is just for me, this is for everybody. If you do painting, if you draw line art, if you make great music, if you're an animation junkie, if you make inspired ramen noodle dishes, however you go about your creation, your creativity, this prompt is there for you to give a leg up if you're not able to think of something. But if you can't think of something already without these prompts and you want to go for it yourself, go right ahead. You can see that we show plenty of artwork from other people, but completely outside of the prompt. The thing is, we want to encourage creativity because that is what we love the most. Just go and create. That's what we love. That's what we encourage.
In a world full of AI art, it is better to...
No, I'm not even going to acknowledge that. Look, you're creating, okay? If you are feeding prompts to a machine, you're not creating anything. They're creating it. You're basically doing a free commission from somebody. And they're not even that good.
Indeed.
Or if you're paying for it, you're paying somebody for a commission that's still not all that good. And we don't want it anyway.
Enjoy the extra limbs.
Please create for yourself here. This is to encourage your own creativity and your own self-expression.
Yeah.
But we got some prompts here. We're going to give it a little bit longer in case some people need a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Anyway, if we're all suddenly quiet, I don't know.
I'm just scrolling through beauty stuff, trying to find like some
of silence.
Some of the environmental stuff he did for warm-ups, and sad thing is, like, most of the time he just deletes it after he's done warming up. So trying to find any is hard.
That's fair enough. I can't criticize that. Well, I can. It's just not productive in any way. Anyway, that is interesting to see, actually.
Yeah, like, especially when it comes up to like the coloring of that, it's very like kind of mind melty for a little bit there. It's great.
Yeah, you can definitely see the line arting going on there, and it does look like he does the base sketching, getting a general idea of the shape and form. Actually, that is interesting because I do see that he moves the shapes around a bit, so. I think that's one thing I kind of have a problem with my sketching is I try to get the sketch to look exactly the way I want it to without reshaping the sketch, as it were.
Yeah, nothing is set in stone until it is done.
Yeah.
I'm
a little too focused on what I would do for like pencil and pen paper art, where you get the line there, you're stuck with it. So I try, yeah. Anyway, I think we got enough. Well, I don't think we got. We're not getting it anymore right here. Let's go ahead and shuffle up and spin.
Yay!
The only reason I'm allowing this is, well, I mean, the fact that the wheel picked it, but also the One Piece Season 2 live action did recently come out, so fair enough. So, Zone
That's
Fruit.
a One Piece reference. I was wondering.
Yep. So, if I'm going to double check here just to be on the safe side, but if my recollection is correct, I believe Zone Fruits are basically,
They're animal fruits.
yeah, they're animal fruits, essentially. Which,
And there is a human fruit. Therefore, you can technically draw pony-human hybrids.
I think that's called a furry.
No, those are the minks.
Let's see, just to... Yeah, if you don't know One Piece, it's gonna be, you might need to do a little bit of research, but essentially, basically got, like, this person, he has a zone fruit of a cheetah, I believe, so...
Leopard, but yeah,
Close
either
enough.
way.
So yeah, you can basically got human form, you got the leopard form, and then you got the yes form. Both human and leopard. And that's the same with anybody that uses a zone fruit, so you can essentially have like their human what they would look like as a human, and then what they would look like as an animal, and then what they would look like if they're both. So you can get some
Joppa
really...
ate the human fruit, by the by.
Anyway, so yeah, have fun with figuring that one out, or how you want to approach it. That is just zone fruit. However, if you don't want to try to untangle literally thousands of episodes of One Piece, we do have a protest.
That is correct. Protest Initiative challenge this week is windy.
It's
can see
heckin'
it.
windy.
Wimdy?
It's windy.
It's windy.
Ah,
it's
the windy one.
windy.
It's heckin' windy out.
Yeah.
Very.
Do you want me to spell it as windy or wimdy?
Uh,
Windy.
Do what you want.